Situations like this can be avoided if you learn the correct techniques for manual handling. More than a third of all workplace injuries result from manual handling activities. Manual handling injuries come under two headings. External: cuts, bruises, crush injuries and lacerations to fingers, hands, forearms, ankles and feet. These injuries are not normally as serious as internal injuries, which include muscle and ligament strain and tears, prolapsed intervertebral discs, fractures to bones and injuries to knees, ankle, shoulder and elbow joints. Some injuries can lead to long-term or even permanent disability. The best way of avoiding injury is prevention. The principle of prevention is to firstly avoid manual handling where possible by replacing it with the use of mechanical aids, such as sack trucks, trolleys, etc. Prevention is based on three principles. Avoid the need for hazardous manual handling operations where possible. Assess the risk of injury from hazardous manual handling operations that cannot be avoided. Reduce the risk of injury from hazardous manual handling operations to as low as is reasonably practicable. Central to the prevention of injuries is the ergonomic approach. Ergonomics is about fitting the job to the person, rather than the person to the job. The ergonomic approach looks at manual handling as a whole, taking into account a range of factors including the nature of the task, the load, the working environment, and individual capability. The task. Does the task involve holding loads away from the body? Repetitive actions? Will it involve twisting, stooping, or reaching upwards? Large vertical movements? Excessive carrying distances? Lifting and carrying intrinsically unsafe items? Strenuous pushing and pulling? Unpredictable movement of the load? A work rate imposed by a process? Insufficient rest or recovery time? The load. Examine the load. What does it weigh? Is it too heavy to safely lift? Is it bulky or unwieldy, like a sack of cement? Where's the centre of gravity? For example, a computer monitor. Is it difficult to grip or grasp? Is it unstable or unpredictable? Is the load delicate or fragile, like a sheet of glass? Is the load intrinsically unsafe? For example, has it got sharp edges, rough surfaces, seeping chemicals, or is it hot or cold? The working environment. How will the environment affect the task? Are there constraints on posture? For example, low headroom, confined spaces, etc. Is there a poor workplace layout, obstacles and trip hazards, etc.? Does the task require lifting from floor level or above shoulder level? Are there obstructions or damaged or slippery floors which may cause slips or trips? Is there strong air movement, for example high winds? Are there variations in work levels? Are there hot, cold or humid work conditions? Are there poor lighting levels? What measures can be undertaken to make your environment safer for you to carry out your task? Individual capability. Is the individual in poor health, have high blood pressure, existing muscular disorder, slipped discs, hernias, etc.? What is the size and weight of the person? Is the person male or female? Is the person pregnant, or is she a nursing mother? Has the person been trained in safe manual handling? Employees should inform their employer of any medical conditions which may affect their ability to handle a load. Is the movement hindered by clothing or PPE? Once you've made the task as safe as possible by assessing the risks and reducing them as needed, the next step is to prepare yourself for the task. Position. When positioning yourself for a lift, you must place the feet apart, giving you a balanced and stable base for the lift. Place one leg in front of the other to further stabilise your base. If the object you're lifting is on the floor, your forward leg should be alongside the object. Posture. When lifting from a low level, bend the knees, not too much, but do not kneel. Keep your back in a naturally upright position, as your spine is not designed to be a lifting mechanism. Remember that your leg muscles are the most powerful muscles in the body, and therefore the most effective and efficient muscles for lifting. Lean forward a little over the load in order to get a good grip and to prepare your centre of gravity for the extra load. Keep your shoulders level and face forwards. Grip. When taking a grip on the load, try to keep your arms within the boundary formed by your legs. Get a firm grip on the object using the whole of your hand, not just your fingers. Lifting using a hooked grip will reduce possible fatigue in your fingers and create a safer lift. The lift. Once you've taken a firm grip on the load, you should keep your head facing forwards. Always lift slowly and smoothly. The load should not be jerked or snatched, as this can make it harder to keep control and can increase the risk of injury. Keep the load close to the body for as long as possible while lifting. Keep the heaviest side of the load next to the body. Move. Always move off in the direction you're facing. If you need to change direction, wait until you've completed the lift. Never twist whilst lifting. Continue to keep the load close to your body and don't change your grip on the load unless the load is supported. Don't twist the trunk of your body when turning corners and keep your arms tucked into your side. Lower. Lowering your load is a reverse of the lift. Keep your back in a naturally upright position and lower with your legs. Keep your head and eyes forward and lower smoothly. You must also be aware of the potential for trapping fingers or feet. Team lift. Sometimes it'll be necessary to lift a load with another person or even a team of people. If this is the case, remember the following. Always try and lift with people of a similar height and build. Select one person to control the lift. That's the person who will give the instructions to lift, move, etc. All move at the same time and move smoothly and steadily. The best way to move a load is to use a manual handling aid, such as a pallet truck or sack truck. This will mean that you need to push or pull. Pushing and pulling. When performing one of these tasks, you must always keep your back in a naturally upright position. If the options available to you, push rather than pull. This is partly due to the fact that if you pull, there is a chance that the load could overrun and possibly trap you between your load and other objects. Firstly, check that your route is clear from obstructions, slippery surfaces and other people. Once you've determined that your route is clear, take a firm grip and stay close to your load. Lean in the direction that you're pushing and push off with the power from your legs in a smooth and controlled manner. Don't move too fast, and when you reach your destination, stop slowly, smoothly and under control. Summary. Remember, whichever type of manual handling you're going to undertake, you must prepare yourself fully and remember the key aspects of: use a mechanical aid if at all possible. Make sure your path is clear. Keep your back in a naturally upright position. Stay close to the load. Get a good grip on the load. Move slowly and smoothly. And use the power in your legs. Take care and keep safe.